This is David, you're watching Btekt, and this video is sponsored by Direct Mobiles. For the best mobile deals, check out directmobiles.co.uk. The tech community has definitely fallen in love with Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip, and for good reason too. It really is a luxurious handset that looks great and brings a new level of convenience by folding up to what seems like less than half its size and tucking neatly into your pocket. I would say that Samsung's implementation of the folding screen tech is much more usable and popular with the general public than last year's Galaxy Fold. To be fair, the Fold is a great phone in its own right, closing the opposite way and transforming from a smartphone-sized device into a tablet-sized one. But that said, the Galaxy Z Flip is definitely a better example of the way that pliable screen tech can be applied to smartphones. But what if there was another way? Well, TCL are looking at the pliable display in a different way and are said to be working on a smartphone with the same type of flexible screen as the Galaxy Z Flip. But the thing about this screen, and the point that everybody else seems to be missing apart from TCL, is the fact that these screens don't actually fold. So to get them to give the appearance of folding tends to take a lot of investment into designing massively complicated hinges to get it to close as flat as possible. TCL's design doesn't fold the screen, but it bends it, which is kind of how it's designed to be used anyway. You really can't fold it, so why try to? Although it's only a model and not a working phone. No hinge mechanism would be needed for such a device, with the screen apparently set on rollers, which would follow a track and bend the screen around on itself. This would give us a similar experience to the Galaxy Fold, turning from a phone into a tablet, but in a much more futuristic looking way. At the moment, folding screen devices tend to be very expensive, but if these rumours are true, then the TCL device should be a lot easier to manufacture and therefore should come in at a much more reasonable price tag. I'm sure there are very few people who are not seriously impressed by the folding screen tech, but the cost must be putting a lot of those people off as well. The rumour is that TCL were planning to display this device at the now cancelled Mobile World Congress, and I bet that they're really upset about that cancellation because potentially this could have got a lot of attention off the back of Samsung's stunning Galaxy Z Flip. Although I still think the Z Flip would probably have the edge when it comes to popularity, not just because it's a Samsung versus TCL, but I just think that the way Samsung have chosen to fold the Galaxy Z Flip is, for the moment at least, what most people want from a folding smartphone. It is said that the Galaxy Z Flip is designed to make it feel like a makeup case when it's folded up, and I think that the familiarity of that form, both for men as well as women, really does make this a device that many people will attach a sort of emotional connection with. TCL's design probably wouldn't return the same type of response, but the idea of a phone that just seems to expand in your hand is a very cool one, and I think a lot of its success will depend on the smoothness of that mechanism. TCL did have a couple of other workable foldable prototype phones on display. This particular model for me was the most impressive. Apparently there is one working example of this design in existence. Perhaps if MWC wasn't cancelled, we might have caught a glimpse of it. Although you have to pull on this model to extend its display, the actual phone will use electric motors to power the sliding process, which will be activated with a 2-finger swipe gesture whilst holding the phone in landscape mode. The other two designs were a bit more conventional. The first one is just basically a tablet that folds in half. Not really designed to be used as a phone, it's just a more compact portable tablet, which is fine. I like the outside finish, which has this kind of faceted design, and although it may be the simplest form of folding device, I definitely think there's a place for something like this on the market. The other design they had to show was the trifold. Now I remember that they had this one on display last year at MWC, although then it was behind glass and no one could touch it. And this one is clearly one of their early prototypes. Folded up, it is the thickness of 3 phones, but unfold it and you get the versatility of being able to use it like a tablet or as a phone or even as a laptop if you want, using the bottom portion of the screen for the keyboard and the top half of the display. The rolling phone is clearly one of their later designs, and one interesting thing about it is that the real working prototype is exactly the same thickness as this one. I think if they could bring this to the market at a more reasonable price than some of the other foldables that we've seen, then this could be a big hit for them. It would compete directly with Huawei's new Mate XS, although TCL tend to produce relatively affordable devices. They said to me that the reason that they haven't brought a foldable phone to the market just yet is because the technology isn't quite ready. TCL have over 30 prototype foldable designs right now that they are thoroughly testing to find out which would be the best to put into production. The foldable devices that are available at the moment arguably are a little bit too fragile for everyday use. At the moment, as great as they look, I'm pretty sure that there isn't any foldables at the moment that have any form of water or dust resistance. And designing that protective covering for the screens seems to be one of the major problems. Samsung's solution for the Z Flip is their ultra-thin glass that has properties of both plastic and glass. Huawei's solution is a protective covering that pound for pound is more expensive than gold, hence the price tag. These are some of the problems that TCL are looking to solve and make the solutions more affordable before they look to bring it to market. You can't help but admire their approach. TCL want to get this right. Their credentials when it comes to producing displays among the best in the world. With the measured approach and expertise, TCL potentially could be soon releasing some of the best-selling foldables out there. There's no doubt that the tech is really impressive, and a lot of people would love to get their hands on it, but they're just put off by the ridiculous price tags. $2,600 for the Mate XS. If you thought the Galaxy Z Flip was expensive, well, you could almost buy two of them for the price of the Mate XS. But if TCL could bring something similar to the Mate X in at under $1,000, especially if it's this rolling design, well, I think they will do very well out of it. Let me know what you think in the comments about TCL's new design. How do you think it compares to the Galaxy Fold or the Galaxy Z Flip? And would you consider it if it came in at, say, less than $1,000? TCL usually price their devices pretty well, and I think that the design will definitely help on manufacturing costs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. There really is a lot of very interesting phones on the horizon, and of course the best place to pick up your next phone is the Direct Mobile's website. It is the best place to look for your new phone because you can compare all of the deals with all the different networks right there on the one website. Direct Mobiles is there to find you the best possible price. Check in the video description for their link, or you can just search directmobiles.co.uk. And also down in the video description you'll find a link to the Btekt Amazon shop, where you'll find all of our favourite tech and accessories for phones. Everything there is recommended by us. The Btekt Amazon shop is definitely worth checking out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave me a like and a comment, and of course subscribe for more Btekt, and you can follow me on social media. My name's David, this is Btekt.